The popular producer XQC has been recently making a lot of beats, and the comments are saying that it could be better. After reviewing hours and hours of his beatmaking streams, there are a couple things that I noticed that he can improve on. And if some of you guys are on the same level as XQC, I think it's gonna help you improve a lot as well. First, let's talk about what he does good. His sound selection is really good. First of all, just having one decent drum kit will elevate your beats to the next level. In his streams, he's using Cody's kits, there's a lot of good sounds on Splice, and I have some kits on my website, so there's a bunch of good choices. But other than that, his melody sound selection is really good too.
This is a great sound. That's like a nice Travis Scott bass. The melody, though, is a little freaky.
He's really good at figuring out which sounds complement each other melodically, and that's a really good skill to have.
This is not bad. This is actually, we can flip this.
Well, that's hard as shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably his weakest aspect when it comes to music production is his melodies.
This is literally, god damn it, yeah. This is the sound my rice cooker makes when it's done.
What does it say? This is like a beat to die to. Like, fuck me, fuck this shit. Fuck, I'm done. Everything I do sounds like it's for Christmas. I can't do it anymore.
I can't breathe. Yeah. So I think the main problem that XQC and a lot of other producers are doing is that they're clicking, but they're not composing. You've probably seen videos of people like Nick Mira clicking, and making these beautiful melodies. But when you start to click, it doesn't turn out the same way. I think a lot of people in the beginning care about how a melody looks versus how it sounds. Look how nice this melody is. Let's hear this. Alright? Now, the reason people like Nick Mira can do it is because they know music theory. But if you don't know music theory, you're basically just guessing. So the one thing I would tell XQC and other beginner producers to do is hum your melodies. This is something I still do to this day, because now all you're thinking about is a nice melodic line. So all you have to do is sing your melody and figure out what you're singing. Let me give you a quick example. So we have a chord progression right here. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna hum until I can think of a melody. So I have one, now all I gotta do is just put it into the DAW. You can either start with a chord progression, or you can start with a drum loop, or you can just do it from silence, just raw dog it. If you're completely drawing a blank, what I would do is just pick a starting note and use that as a jumping off point. So we can use one of these notes from the chord. Let's do C. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Let's try this A. Let's try something faster. Do 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 do. Okay. And the great thing about this method is you don't really have to rely on music theory. I'm just basing it off what sounds good in my head. If you do it this way, you're gonna be getting a much more consistent melody. Like I said before, his sound selection is really good. Let's try to improve on this melody. Let me get the presets he's using.
A few minutes later.
Okay. And then he did this. So this is XQC's melody. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simplify this bass line because there's a bit too much going on. I like when he goes down to this G sharp, so we're gonna move this here and then just go back up. So really simplifying the bass line, but it sounds good. So this bass line is actually playing two notes, it's playing a fifth. And this melody is doing the fifth interval, so it's not really providing anything new. So I wanna do notes somewhere like this, where it's in the middle. And just like before, I'm gonna do the humming method. My starting note is I think it's just that, and then it repeats. Old melody, new melody, let's hear the difference. And I would apply this rule to drums as well. Sometimes you're looking at this drum pattern and it looks like it's really clean, but when you play it, it's bland and it's boring. So I would hum that out as well.
Okay, drum it up.
This is all is bad. It's all bad. Everything is bad about it. Fuck this beat. I'm done with it.
Well, what happened? So same thing for the drums. I'm not looking at where I'm placing it. I'm thinking about it in my head and then I'm placing it down. Once you get better at it, you can just place it down because you kind of remember the patterns, but that is a bit later. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I want. I hear a snare in the middle. Right there. Nice. Another really big tip I would give XQC is don't be afraid of simplicity. This is something I really struggled with as well at the beginning. I've seen times where he has a pretty good melody and he would feel the need to fill it out just because it's empty.
Oh, we love a good cowbell sound. There we go.
Just realize that everything doesn't have to be filled out. Once you start producing more, you're gonna realize silence is one of the most effective things that you can have. Let me give you guys a quick example of how to use silence. So I have a West Coast beat here, let's play it. It's not bad, but we can make it better. And the cool thing is we can make it sound better by removing stuff. So these hi-hats may be doing a bit too much, and we can simplify by just halving them. So with these chords and with this bass line, instead of just letting it play the whole time, how about we chop it up? And we're gonna do it right when the snap hits. So right there, one right there. So all we did was cut out some stuff and look how much this changes the beat. So when we use silence, we create contrast, we create bounce, we have dynamics, we allow sounds to be more impactful. Just remember, sometimes less is more. Another thing is that you shouldn't be afraid to use loops. As a beginner, sometimes making a beat feels like this big mountain to climb, and using loops is just gonna make your life a lot easier. Now, I wouldn't solely depend on it, but if you just wanna work on melodies one day, then download a drum loop. And if you just wanna work on drum mixing, then download a sample. Another thing, there's a lot of guys talking shit about C major. C major is not a bad scale. Yes, it can sound like Mother Goose, Dr. Seuss, Elliot Moose is on the loose, but if you use it properly, you can actually make some really hard stuff with it. All right, we got C major right here. Pretty boring. But once we start adding notes like sevenths and ninths, then we're really starting to add color. Let's just rearrange this. Do a little voice leading. All right, let's add a bass. That's it. EDM vocals. Sure, let's get this. Let's do some cool chops. Oh, this is gonna sound crazy. All right, let's kind of make them all the exact same. Little cut. We'll do some real simple drums on these. Not gonna lie, this came out better than I anticipated. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you found this one helpful. And that's about it for now. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. If you like this video, leave a like. If you really like this video, subscribe. If you didn't like this video, leave. Just leave. Get out of here.